some tank grips for the XSR900. The ones off Amazon, and I went ahead and bought the OEM Yamaha ones, which I had to get imported. As far as what you get texture-wise, it's almost negligibly different. There is a little bit of size difference between the Amazon ones and the OEM ones. This strip here is just the main dimensional difference there. It looks like they started with a pretty good consistent pattern as far as these, like, you can see where the hexes are sort of dying off in a very similar fashion, but once you get to the bottom, they kind of change just slightly on how the pattern interacts with the edge of the part here. There's a little bit of difference in the adhesive or even the backing on these, and I have to kind of keep them straight, remember which one is which. So the one that's a little bit thinner, which is this one here, is the Amazon one. You can kind of see a little bit more of the underside, so I'll keep that separate. But the Yamaha ones come with a little bit more instruction. They come with their own cleaning wipes, and the Amazon ones just kind of come in a blank clear package. One thing I did notice, I looked up when I was researching this, I did find somebody had mentioned they were putting on the One Design brand, and lo and behold, right on the Yamaha package, it says One Design, and the cleaning wipes are also that same One Design brand. So that must be who makes these for them. It is a Yamaha part number, and it is a Yamaha package. So I kind of like using the Yamaha parts on the bike, and it's kind of neat to be able to access the non-domestic catalog. So I'm kind of just taking advantage of that and spending a little bit more money doing that. Waiting a little more probably for shipping, but I like checking it out. So I'm going to throw these on the bike and see how they turn out. I'm kind of excited about this. So I did also want to show you the comparison of the tank pad itself. I went ahead and got those as well. In Yamaha's catalog, you have to buy this part separate from the tank grips. In the Amazon kit, you get all three pieces together for obviously a fraction of the cost, but that's okay. First glance, this one seems, the adhesive is almost a little bit stickier around the edge. The backing is plenty noticeably thinner. And if you look at the patterns again on these, it's almost negligibly different. But if you do put them side by side, one right on top of the other, you can see that there's just a little bit of dimensional difference. Lining up the bottom here and seeing the top here. One is, the Amazon one is just a touch shorter than the OEM Yamaha one. And then I also did notice down here, you can kind of see it down in the groove. The Yamaha one, which is the bottom one, these little concave areas here, they don't quite go as deep on the Amazon one, so that kind of helped me keep them straight when I was handling these. You can kind of see here the deep groove here down in the cavity is a nice sharp consistent curve on the Yamaha, and on the Amazon one it kind of deadheads. It just stops that concave. So obviously that probably doesn't matter to a lot of people. Probably wouldn't even matter to me if I saw them that way, but just something I noticed about how they designed them a little bit different. Some of the edges are machined just a little bit different, maybe even maybe they're actually the same. It's just the result of the manufacturing process, but just some things I noticed. The logo is negligibly different. Both are pretty much almost the same color, gray, and obviously just black. They don't feel, at first touch, they don't feel much different. As far as thickness, they're both basically feel about the same durometer. But I think I've heard a couple of things when I was researching. Maybe the adhesive was a little bit different in its reactivity on the Amazon one. Maybe it's just a little bit cheaper adhesive. but it is kind of nice to have the instructions right from Yamaha on how to do it, and a good heat range. They tell you 21 to 38 degrees Celsius, which is about 70 to 100 Fahrenheit. So that's nice to have that example or that instruction with the part, and to have the cleaning wipes, so I know that I'm not just making this up, even though it is just alcohol and water, isopropyl alcohol and water that's in these cleaning wipes, but it's kind of nice to have that direct instruction, so I know the Yamaha has vetted the chemical compatibility with the paint and etc. So just something I'm kind of paying extra money for my own research and my own peace of mind. So I'll throw this one on with the tank grips and see where we land. One of the first things I did to get the tank ready to put the pad on it is I wanted to establish the center line here. So I took a piece of tape and I basically just found the center of this circle here, and I crossed it with a little opening down in here that I saw as maybe a good reference for the center of the tank. And then I actually put this tape on here upside down and folded over the ends to secure itself. So that way when I was laying the tape down, it didn't affect me following that center line. And then I took a dry erase marker, just like you'd see in high school, and I just lightly sort of established on the tank the edge of where the tape was. That way when I remove the tape and clean it off, I can still kind of see that and use that as a reference. I might take and make that a little more established. So to give you an idea about where this tank pad is going to go, obviously we're going to line up with this center cavity here with the center line that I've established, but the elevation is something I'm hunting for. I went and did a little bit more research just to get maybe some picture references, and I found a couple directly from Yamaha showing their own part installed, and it looks like this lower edge of this tank pad is virtually flush with this bottom of the tank here, or at least the painted area. So I think I'm just going to use that for my reference. To give you an idea, it looks like it's probably going to follow this cutout pretty close to that top one. It's going to be a little bit lower, but I think that's probably a pretty good spot for it. I may put just a touch of gap in there just so that it doesn't push it up or anything like that. So that's probably about where it's going to land. I'm going to heat up this adhesive a little bit. I've heated up a little bit, but I don't want it to get too cold while I'm doing this process. So I'm going to heat it up again, and then I've already got a little bit of an arrow still left here from the marking after I cleaned this off. I've got it taped here in the middle at the bottom, so I think I should be able to just roll that up the tank, and then I'll pull that last piece of backing off after I get this top part pressed down. For the tank grips, the main reference line that I'm kind of aiming at is this bottom tangency here, where the tank kind of curves away from this flange, and then it goes flat. And that tangency line I've kind of marked off here, and that's kind of what I'm aiming at as far as the end result of where this edge is going to end up, following this curve in this corner right here, and then everything else will just, I guess these edges are just going to land wherever they're going to land. And I've taped it up here just to hold it and reference my location, and then I put a couple of extra pieces of tape here on the tank to mark off where I want to put that grip back once I clean everything and heat it up and re-secure it. And hopefully that'll be enough reference points to recreate this location. So maybe I'm paranoid, but there's a little bit of a concave curvature surface in these tank grip areas on this tank. So I was a little redundant with the tape here. I got this rag, this towel, and I'm just kind of giving it a compression state while it's being taped down. I did tape down a lot of the edges for the next 24 hours, but I put this towel under here to kind of give it a little more pressure down in that concave area, just so it doesn't want to bubble up or stretch across, bridge across that low area. And I did the same thing over here. So this is kind of what it's going to look like for the next day, and then I'll take it all off and it should be good to go. My excessive tape job held up pretty good overnight. A couple things came loose, but this adhesive is pretty good. I've got a lot of confidence in it, so I'm not too concerned about it having issues down the road. I think I did my due diligence in preventative measures, so I'm going to take the tape off and go for a ride. So I've been riding for a few days on the tank grips now for the XSR900. I'm feeling pretty good about them. They're not too rubbery, not too sticky. I ride in shorts, as I'm doing right now, sometimes, and even on bare skin, they don't seem to grab or be too abrasive. I don't feel like I'm really dealing with the tank pad itself that much, just because of my size and where I sit on the bike, but sometimes, but it's kind of nice to have it there. But these are nice. They give me a little bit more confidence in just turning and braking, let me kind of keep the bike under my hips a little better, so I'm not sliding forward or pushing on my wrists too hard when I come in for like an aggressive stop. I like them. I like how they break up the color lines a little bit more of the bike. Looking forward to some more aesthetic upgrades, but overall I think it was a successful install.